Welcome to another tutorial hosted and designed by KT Hom for Memories Live On and scrapbookingsuppliesrus.com. Whichever surface you'd like to have for the inside, that's going to be facing up. And the directions say use a bone folder or your finger. I love a bone folder. This makes nice crisp lines, makes the purse look very professional. So you'll want to do that step. Fold along all score lines of the purse. This last part here, to make sure you have a nice straight line, make sure that it is completely straight across here. You don't want to have one edge sticking up. But this is a quick and easy way to know that this line is going to be straight when you score it, is to just make sure that line is straight. And then we're going to do one more here. Then the next part of the instructions states to cut along all solid lines as shown in the diagram. So we're going to cut along right where the directions show. The diagram will show this very clearly. And you're making a total of 4 cuts, 2 on each side. This will be the side that is going to show on our purse, the outside. So make sure that you have the in the tent position. Now we're going to take 2 little smaller rectangles that come in your pack. We're going to adhere those to each side of our purse. So I'm going to quickly take this solid textured paper and I am going to adhere that right in the middle of the paper. And if you have a hard time deciding what is the middle, sometimes it helps to fold over these sides like this, and you'll be able to see very clearly, maybe a little bit better, where the middle is. I'm actually going to lift this up and position this in the middle. And you want to get the bottom right at that score line, that fold line. And then if you need to, you can just trim a little bit. We'll trim that just a little bit to make that exact. And now I'm going to adhere the other rectangle to the bottom. And it may be hard to see in the video, but I am starting right at the score line here, exactly opposite, right in alignment with that other rectangle. And it's right at the score line there. The kit comes with 2 circles. You want to take the circle with the designer paper that has a print. We're going to cut this in half. And you can either eyeball it, or if you prefer, you can fold it in half and then just cut. You want to cut it right in half. And then you're going to take some roller adhesive or adhesive of your choice, and we're going to place that right at the top here, right along the edge, and just firmly adhere that. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other edge. We're going to do that on the opposite side. We are going to just put that right across the top there and adhere that firmly. And then we're going to take 2 large gems that come in your kit. We're going to put that right in the center. That's going to be your closure, look like a closure on a purse. Let's see, these come with a little adhesive already on them, and you just want to place that right in the middle on each side. And now we want to apply some adhesive that is going to attach our ribbon and the handles. Photo Memory Mounting Taper is a nice product to use. One little tip when purchasing this, make sure you thread it below the top section here. It looks like it should be threaded in the top, but you actually thread it in the lower compartment, and then when you want a piece, you just pull up here and there's a little cutter and you just pull across, and that will cut it for you. The next step is to place this mounting taper tape. I've cut a single one in half so I can get two pieces. And I'm just going to line that up and use these textured solid pieces as a guideline. And then I'm just going to push down hard on that to adhere that. And now in the next step, we're applying the adhesive. And the adhesive, as shown in the diagram, goes only on the little 1-inch tabs right in the center of the purse, in that direction. And then you want to run a line on the outside of your top flaps. And that's it. That will hold the purse together. Now we want to put the purse together. And the way to do this is you bring over one side and you line up the corners and the edges here. This piece does not come all the way to the end there. The next piece, without the adhesive, that goes on top. And then you just apply pressure. And it does have a little seam here. You're not trying to bring that edge all the way to the end. And then we'll do the exact same thing on the opposite side. Here's the side with the adhesive. That goes in first, and that goes on top of your little flap in the center. Adhere that together with some pressure. And then you'll finish it off by just attaching the last one. And you're trying to get this edge nice and aligned, and that will help you when you get to the top here. Now I'm off just a little bit right there, and the way to correct that is very simple. You just use a pair of scissors and start cutting, but end up right at the top of the corner there. All right, and we're getting close to the very end here. The next step is we're going to attach the ribbon. So now what we want to do is take off these protective coverings on the ribbon that will hold the ribbon. We're removing those, and I'm going to leave my box upside down while I get my ribbon. Just like the diagram shows, I'm going to start in the center, and I'm going to use the solid textured paper as a guideline and use some pressure, and then this comes around and forms the handle. We do like a U-turn here is a good way to describe it. And you come along and use some pressure, and then we make a continuous turn around to the other side of the purse. And we're trying to keep this straight using this piece as a guideline. We're going to make the opposing handle almost like the other side. Try to make it about the same size, and just come around and finish on the bottom there. So that's how it's going to look. You want that type of a look for the bottom. And we're almost done. The last thing is now we're going to use this piece of paper that matches the insert, the solid piece. We're going to cut that in half. So if you'd like, you can use as a guideline. Just fold it in half and then cut it in half. And then we're going to cut this half in half again. So we're going to fold that in half. And we will cut that. We will cut that again. So now we have these pieces, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to fold that in half, or you can just eyeball it. Okay. And now we're going to adhere all these 4 pieces to the corners of the purse. And just apply a little adhesive, and the rounded edge goes towards the center, and the straight lines match up with the corner of the purse. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Get the rounded edges towards the center of the purse, and we're just matching those lines right up to the corner. And we'll do that on all 4 sides, all 4 corners, so it will look like this. All 4 corners will have the edge of the little textured paper. And then you're going to want to apply the smaller gem right to the center of your 4 corners.